Hey, what's up, Randy? How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Just another day in quarantine.
Another day in quarantine. Understood.
I know, right? How's it been like for you? Because I know you said so much planned for this year. So how's it
Yeah.
every week? I know it's different, but how's it been so far for you?
Well, I think initially, everybody was panicking, like,
Yeah,
what the heck? We're not gonna be able to work. What are we doing? We gotta stay inside. Like it got crazy. But then I started to enjoy it. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I'm spending time with family. I'm kind of doing some more self-care and getting on my workout and eating healthy and well, I was eating not so healthy at first. But yeah, I think I started to enjoy it and started just living in that and appreciating what was happening. So yeah.
Dope, dope. Well, yeah, I want to bring it all the way back. So even before the debut album, you know, how
Mhm.
did you, Shamari, and Natina meet? Like, how did it all start? Like, even before you were signed, how did you all meet each other and like come together to form a group?
Yeah, so I actually met Shamari first. I
Okay.
was 12. I think I was 12 or oh my God, so long ago. Yeah. um, yeah, we met. She was in another group called Intrigue. And back then, Atlanta had a lot of talent shows happening. And so her group was doing talent shows, and I was a solo artist. So we would run into each other doing these
Yeah.
talent shows. And it was a four-girl group. Her manager at the time, vocal coach at the time, they wanted a fifth member.
Uh-huh.
And so, they kept seeing me on the scene and they approached me to be in the group. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, it would be so fun. So we did that for a while. And then that group ended up not working out. But Shamari and Atina had met each other in school before that. So, and they
Oh,
had their
okay.
own group before before Shamari joined the other group. She was in a group with Natina. And so once Natina connected with Ronald Lopez, which is Left Eye's brother,
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to form a group and she was like, I got the perfect person. She called Shamari and Shamari was like, I know the perfect person. She called me and there you have Blaque.
That's crazy. It's so crazy still. Like, it was that long ago. Like, I feel like it was yesterday when your debut album came
Uh,
out. Like, one thing I always wanted to ask you all, because I always wondered this for the cover with the bubble wrap. Or about like were you popping nonstop? Like how what? I always wonder that because I look at it, I'm like, I wonder if like they were sitting and it was just popping because it was complete bubble wrap. I remember.
yeah, so Natina, it was her idea to put us in bubble wrap. But yeah, like that was it. She would pop all of our outfits all the time because she was just that way. But yeah, it was definitely sitting down like, boop, boop. Oh, okay, yep, that's happening. We're actually in bubble wrap. So yeah.
That's so. I always wanted to ask that. Like for the longest, like so many years, I'm like, I wonder if it was like fake bubble wrap. I'm like, no, it had to be real. I'm like, cause why? It's
No,
something
it's
simple to
it's
get.
real bubble wrap. I have my bubble wrap. I think I have the skirt part. I think I still have that part to it. Yeah, it's real bubble wrap, guys.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, the debut album was so huge, and I know it took your career off. I mean, you were everywhere from, music videos to every like talk show and performances and Soul Train. I remember like what what would you say is one of your favorite moments just from the debut album, would you say that really sticks with you?
I think one of my favorite moments, because I have so many. If I could pick one, I would think when we found out our album went platinum.
Yeah.
Um, we were actually doing a show that day. I can't remember what city we were in, but I remember getting off stage and getting a phone call from our management at the time, which was Johnny Wright and Doug Brown. They called to inform us that the album had went platinum.
Yeah.
NSYNC, who were our brothers, they called to congratulate us. They sent us white roses, and it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. It was so nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, and one thing I really like you all did with the first album, and I feel like you could because you knew like you could laugh at yourself and make it a joke before anyone else could ever do it. I thought it was really clever, especially at that time. The interlude right after 808, when it's on the radio,
Uh,
and the radio, I thought that was
yeah,
so funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? You beat anyone to the punch that could try to say something. I thought that was so cool and like
yeah,
fun. So it was like, hey, we
yeah.
could,
I mean, we were just fun young girls. You know, it was like, hey, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. This is our first
yeah,
album. You know, like it's all about fun, having a good time.
yeah. Like, what was off the first album? What would you say one of your favorite songs is? Like, me, it always sticks. Rainbow Drive. I don't know why. Always sticks out to me. I don't know
Oh, I
why.
love Rainbow Drive.
Yeah, like,
I love
what's a
that song.
song of yours you would say that really like means a lot to you from the debut album?
Well, I remember back then when the album first came out, I was in love with Lenny. Like that
Okay.
would be my favorite song. If anybody asked me, I would be like, "Oh, I love Lenny." Now, when I listen to it now, I love 808. Like I feel like 808 is killing. Like the
Yeah.
track is amazing, and track masters killed it. Of course, R. Kelly wrote the record, and I love it. I feel like it was ahead of its time. I feel like it
I
could
was
be
just
out
gonna
right
say
now.
that. Yep, it was definitely ahead of
Yeah.
its time. Like just the beat from the video to the beat to just everything about it was just super new and fresh. I feel that not a lot of artists had at that time, which is super dope.
Yeah.
But you
Hmm.
know, like it was so crazy because you did the debut album. What was it, '99, and then
Hmm.
2000? You know, Bring It On, which was it was quick. I mean, you didn't waste no time. You were like, no, we're gonna do a movie. Like, were you nervous to do a movie? Because I'm sure, you know, everyone says like, oh, we don't want to do a movie too quick, but it's a cult favorite now. It's literally what 20 years, and it's crazy. Like, it became such a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, no, we were not looking to do a movie that quick. We were like just getting our feet wet with the album. We were touring. It was like, oh, now we got to do a what? A movie? Okay. The offer came at a really interesting time because, like I said, we were literally touring when the offer came. But how do you say no to
Yeah.
a Universal film? Like, okay, and we didn't have to audition. They wanted us to do it. We had the roles, and it was like Gabrielle Union who had she had done a couple things at that point, so she was
Mm-hmm.
she was just fresh and new, bubbling. Kirsten Dunst, it was like, okay, we're a part of a great cast, and yeah, I mean, honestly, when we first got the script and we realized it was a cheerleading movie, we were kind of like, okay, wait a minute. Who wants to see a movie about cheerleaders? Like, we literally thought the movie was gonna fail. Like, okay, but we wanted to do it and we dived in. We had a great time shooting it, and 20 years later, it's still a cult classic. People love it. It keeps us relevant. We love Bring It On. I thank God for Bring It On.
Yeah, I would say like between the memes and like the sayings you see on social media, it's crazy because, and I'm happy like it stood its testament of time for like younger generations now to know, because I feel like, you know, some kids don't know, and I'm like, you don't know Bring It On? And they're like, no, and I'll show them. They're like, oh yeah, I seen, you know, this meme or something. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's from. It's from Bring It On. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
no. Every Halloween we get the costumes, and it's like go Clovers. Like I mean, I think I'm gonna be a Clover this Halloween. I
that's
think I'm gonna
that's awesome. Yeah, and you said the title track off the soundtrack too, which was even more dope. Let alone just starting the movie, also having to be a part of the soundtrack. How was that? Because As If was huge too.
Oh yeah, As If was amazing. It was great. We had Joey Fatone from NSYNC. Hey
Yeah,
Joey, on the record. I mean, it was great. We were lucky to be able to have that record for
yeah, that
sure.
was super dope. But you know, like you were saying, you toured a lot. Who did you all tour with?
Yeah.
Like, because I know at that time, I know you were ran dry almost. Like you probably didn't sleep. I'm sure because it's just go. You know, album, radio station, tour, show. You know, new next video, next photo shoot, next TV show, award show. Like it's so much going on. But just for touring, who did you all tour with? Like, who was like the first one you toured with, and then how many tours did you go on too
Well,
within that short amount of time?
lots of tours. Our first tour was NSYNC. Our first tour was NSYNC, and literally, we went from our very first show was, and it's really not technically a show. We did Soul Train, right?
Uh-huh.
We did Soul Train. The very next day, we were singing to thousands of kids in arenas. Like, it went from that to that, like crazy. So, yeah, NSYNC was our very first tour. And then we went overseas and we toured over there. We kind of headlined our own thing overseas, in Japan and Germany, did all of that, Europe, the whole European tour. And then from there, we came home. We did, of course, TLC Fan Mail Tour. We did the Nickelodeon tour with Nick Cannon was hosting at the time. He was hosting that tour. Oh my goodness, I know I'm forgetting some stuff. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I would say like I know it. I remember that time because I was young, but I was like a music head at that age. Like I wasn't going to toy stores. I was going to Coconuts and Sam Goody to get,
Right.
you know, those were the good times where you got my single. I mean, I still remember getting the single the single CD of 808 when these were all like on a white background with like gray.
Yeah, we had
Overall,
on like jean overall.
yeah, there was something like that. I remember that cover. It's funny, I don't know why I remember that. But like you were killing it, and like I always felt for you. I was like, damn, they have to be so tired, like so excited, but at the same point, like, dang, yous are. I mean, because I know anytime with a label, you know, your schedule's booked for the whole year and more.
Yes, I know. I remember them having to like tape what city we were in on the stage because we wouldn't know. We would be like, "Thank you, Chicago," and we're in Atlanta. Like, what? You know? It just it becomes a blur at that point because you're just moving. Like you don't know where you are. It's just. But at the same time, we loved it. We were so thankful. We were so happy that the album just took off. You know, of course, when you're fresh out, you don't know what it's gonna do. You pray that it ends up being, you know, what you want it to be, but you don't know. And we had a great run right out the gate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I want to talk about too. The second album, so Blackout. I know it didn't back in that time. It didn't officially. I don't know how to explain it. Like I remember hearing about it, but I don't think it officially came out on a physical CD. Right?
Yeah. So what happened with Blackout? We released Can't Get It Back.
Yeah.
Was released. And it actually did really good overseas. The album itself, which is my favorite album that we've ever recorded. I love that album. It never was released by Columbia Sony Music at the time because we were actually released from the label at that time.
It's so crazy.
And then we were immediately swept up by Elektra right after that. And so then we ended up, doing I'm Good and all of that. But yeah, the second album, and, we were so excited for that album because we were executive producers. We spent so much time and, really excited to give our fans our second sophomore album. We were like, yes, and then controversy happened. Natina got pregnant. The label at that point, at that time, it wasn't really looked at as a great thing for women to, have babies in the middle of their career at that time. Now you can do what you want to do, and it's amazing. But back then, it was like, oh my God, people are not gonna want to see this, and the label literally freaked out, and they were like, okay, we can't. You're not marketable. What do we do with this? So we can't have a pregnant girl on the road. And we were like, yo, we can figure it out. We want her, of course, to be a mother. She's excited. Her and Corrupt were expecting their first child. So we were like, yo, we're willing to work this out, but they just couldn't see it. And they made their commitment, which was to put the single out, and then they released us and didn't follow through with the album.
That's so crazy. Yeah, like another thing I want to talk about, like, I guess we don't really realize it until you're in your own shoes in the industry. but like how much more fans are in like different markets. Like you said, Japan, Europe. I mean, they're sometimes more hardcore than American fans. Like
Oh,
hardcore.
they are.
Yeah, like they go
Oh yeah.
strong for their like favorite artists. How was that just getting
Yeah.
that reception from somewhere like you would never, like I guess I don't know, I think if I became a star I wouldn't think like, oh man, they have a huge fan base in Japan. Like I wouldn't think that.
Man, it was crazy. Like you said, you don't think that, you're here in America, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is, but I know, but then you realize that the world is so much bigger, and your
Yes.
music, it travels. It's all over the world. People know you all over the world. I remember being in Japan, and literally our fans would sleep in the lobbies of the hotels and
That's
wait for us
crazy.
to come out. Like, it was literally pandemonium over there. We had to have police escorts, like fans like banging on the hood of the car. Like, it was like, when you see Michael
Yeah.
Jackson like over there, like he can't drive down the street. It was like that for Blaque. Like, we were like, whoa, it was crazy. We were in the mall, and people were following us in the mall, and they come up to us and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Just like, of course they're talking in Japanese, and we're like,
Yeah.
what is going on? Like, it's crazy, like crying, and we're like, wow, it was just amazing to see how your music can literally do that
Yeah.
across the world. It's insane. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it just, I guess when I was young I just never knew until I started seeing like imports, and then I was like, oh okay, I didn't really, like you said, you just don't think about it as much until you actually go there and
Yeah.
see it. But like
Mm-hmm.
you were saying, you did I'm Good, and then that was on another huge soundtrack, Honey. So how was that? Like I'll never forget, like those are two of the biggest soundtracks I feel of like the 2000 era, because Honey is like a cult favorite in its own right as well, and I'm Good is one of the I think it's the title track on the album. I mean on the soundtrack.
It is.
Yeah. So how was that, just having like a second round of soundtracks and getting out there again for a soundtrack?
I think Honey was interesting for Blaque because we were in a transitional period, different
Yeah.
label, trying to figure out, okay, do they get us over here? Do they understand it? And Honey was like perfect because Missy, the movie was great. It was a Billy
Yeah.
Woodruff film who had already done so many of our videos. So it was familiar company. So that was great. And the song Rodney Jerkins, I mean, come on,
Yeah.
you get a record for Rodney, you
Exactly.
already
Dark
know.
Child. You heard Dark Child in the beginning.
Okay, when you hear
Yeah.
Dark Child, you can just forget it. So we were blessed to get that record. Sean Daniels, God rest his soul, he produced the
Yeah.
heck out of those vocals. I mean, so yes, we
Yes.
love I'm Good, and thank God for Honey. Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing, I feel like yous are one of the only groups that has proven my point of what I tell so many people this, and I'm like, why can't you make it happen? You actually got Torch in masters of your own and released it. Because I feel so many artists that had an album that didn't get released, 10 or 15 years ago, they just are like, oh, it's in the vault. It's, the label owns it. We can't do nothing, we're sorry. But like for you all to get it and release it, which I was so happy because it was all the songs, like the same production, the same everything. It was what you wanted out there. So how good did it feel to get it out there to the fans? Because I was ecstatic because it's what we were waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, we know because that's all we heard about.
Yeah. Like,
Like, literally, they were like, our fans were like, yo, Torch, I don't care what you're talking about. Where is Torch? So we were so lucky that in our contract, when we, did our contract for Elektra, we requested that we would own our masters to our album. Thank you, great legal team that made that happen. And so yeah, we were able to get them. And of course, Shamari and I were like, okay, 20-year anniversary coming up. What can we do that would be special for our fans? And of course, it was like Torch. Like, they're not going to want to hear nothing else until we give them Torch. So, yeah, it was perfect timing. I just think, you know, of course, back then when we recorded Torch, we wanted it to come out then. But who knew that, you know, all these years later, we would actually be able to give it to you guys, and it would mean so much more. So, yeah, we're thankful for that.
No, definitely. Well, you know, like when Torch didn't come out originally, and you all kind of, you know, took a break basically.
Yeah.
What did you do first to kind of just like kind of have I guess a normal life in a way, because you were used to go, and that's all you knew for what, probably like close to what, 5 or 6, 7 years. You knew like just on track of going. What did you do first when you just like, okay, let me take time for Brandy, like just to.
Yeah, well, I know for a minute we toured a lot. We toured a lot overseas first before it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna take a break. We toured a lot overseas, and then it was kind of like, all right, let's get into family. Let's, you know, just try to slow down, like enjoy life, like go see the things that you haven't seen before. Let's travel. Let's, you know, figure out what you want to do from here. And I got married in that time. I got divorced. Yeah, I started just trying to record and start writing music that I wanted to do solo. Just, you know, figuring out who I am outside of, you know, the group.
Yeah, and I know you joined Jessie's Girls. So tell me about that, because I know, like, I always love a party. What do you call it? Like a party band? Like you just get the crowd hype. Like you don't need just one artist. It's a group that could sing tons of different songs from all different, you know, generations and have a good time. So how was it? Or I know you're still with them, right? Yeah. So how was it, and just like still doing it?
Oh, I love Jessie's Girls. Let me tell you, I have been so lucky to be a part of this party band that is completely different than what I do over here with Blaque. It is completely different. It is fun. It's a 3-hour show. It's super energetic. It's a whole group of girls. So I'm still in a girl group.
Yeah.
But it's also, you know, guys involved. It's a full band. So you have a horn section. You have, you know, everything. It's just fun. And I feel like it's a great way for me to still, you know, do what I love to do when I'm not touring with Blaque, or when Shamari and I are, you know, kind of doing our own things. We can still perform in a different way. You know, I don't have to be Brandy from Blaque. I could just sing. I could just sing songs. And I mean, I do get recognized every now and again in that situation. They're like, wait a minute, I know you. I know. And I'm like, you know, I can't hide my face. So but it's just fun, and it's exciting, and I love it, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's super dope. Like when I seen like you were a part of that, I was like, oh, that's awesome, because I love a party band. Like they're just good. Like cover, it's just awesome. But you know, fast forward then, you know, what was it for Silk's 25th anniversary? You know, you reunited, and I know you performed for the first time. Like, were you nervous? Just, you know, just getting back out there to the masses, because, you know, it was some time, I know. So how was it just performing that first time?
Well, yes, we were nervous as hell. I think the nerves came from, for me, this was our very first show without Natina.
Yeah.
As two. Very first time. So how is the crowd going to receive that? You know, like, okay, Blaque is 3 girls. It's Brandy, Natina, Shamari. Now, you know, we are moving forward as just 2. Of course, we added a DJ. We have our dancers, but it's just us. How are they going to receive that? And they loved it. They loved it. They were happy to see us. They welcomed us. And it was freaking awesome. Like I literally ran off that stage crying because I was so excited that we did it, and it was received so well, and they were and our peers, like Silk was so happy to see us there. 112, who are our brothers, they did the show too. They were so happy. Cisco and Drew Hill, they were so
Yeah.
happy to see us. Like, everybody was like, where have y'all been? We're happy to see y'all back. Let's go. Let's get it. And it just helped me and Shamari realize that we can do it. We can keep Natina's legacy alive,
Yeah.
and people still want to see us. So yeah, it was exciting, and you know, we're off to the races now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm so mad because, like, this whole quarantine, I was gonna actually come because you got a show in New York, right? At Sony Hall. Yes, like, I can't wait because I definitely have to come. 'Cause I never seen Blaque live yet, so I'm like, that's something on my bucket list. I'm like, I have to, something has to be done
Oh,
before I retire from concerts to see, watch concerts. But
yeah.
how has it been though performing? Like you said, I know you did multiple shows in Atlanta. You've done a couple here and there, in other states. How's it been just seeing the fans and the hardcore fans that love Blaque, not just the people? Yeah, they know 808, but the people that know
Yeah.
not the singles.
Yeah, they know the album cuts.
Yes.
It's been great, man. It's been great to see people come out and they're like, man, you're a part of our childhood. I remember where I was when I heard your song for the first time. I still have your album. It's been a great journey. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful
Yeah.
to have this dream come true for me. When I was a little girl, you dream about, oh, I want to be a big superstar. I wanted to be Diana Ross,
Yeah.
and then, it actually happened for us. It happened, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. We have so much more to do. Our work is not done. We did some great things, but there's so much more to do, and we're just so blessed that our fans are still riding with us. I mean, we couldn't ask for better fans. Really.
Oh, definitely. And I know besides music, I know you got your new fitness brand. So yeah, tell me about that and like why was that important for you?
Well, since the quarantine happened, I just kind of felt like, okay, you can't go to the gym. You
Yep.
can't, do anything but stay at home. And you don't want to come out of this thing, a whole nother person.
Yeah.
You want to, you want to keep what you got together.
Yeah.
So I dove into working out, and I dove into, just basically self-care. Like I said before, like, okay, really, like, it's mental, it's physical, it's all of it together. And Shamari and I did a live interview with our fans over the quarantine a couple months ago. And one of our fans asked us, hey, you guys look so great. What are you guys doing to stay in shape? And you guys should do a workout video. And I got off the interview, and I was like, you know what? We always get that question, like, how do you guys stay looking so young? Or what do you guys do? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to actually just start my fitness and wellness brand so I can start letting people know this is what I do. This is how I take care of myself. And listen, I am not the gym, want to be in the gym every day girl. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to get in, get out, do what I came to do. But I know it's necessary to live a healthy life, at least for me. And, healthy eating. Lisa blessed us with the knowledge of Dr. Sebi and, what it means to, be a vegan and live a plant-based life. And I live my life that way. And I just want to share my journey with people and help them if I can. So I'm excited about Be Well Fit.
Yeah, that's super. Yeah, because you all have not aged. Like, you could literally put you in the same outfits for the cover of the debut album. You look the exact same. Like, you have not aged.
Oh, thank you.
Because some people you look at, I know kids from high school, and I'm like, damn, you got old looking.
Right.
It's crazy.
Like, don't say we went to school together, because
exactly. Exactly, right?
You are not in my class.
Yeah, you are not in my class. It's like scary. I'll be looking. I'm like, damn. I know I look at least 10 years younger than that. But
Right.
I hope. Have you ever talked with other girl groups? Like, I always say this. I want Blaque, 702 in total. Just like it don't even have to be a huge tour. Like a House of Blues, 15,
Yeah.
20 city tour with you three. Have you ever talked about with other girl groups to get together to do some kind of tour ever?
Absolutely. I know once the whole Millennium Tour happened,
Yeah.
and it was all the guys, excuse me, all the guys, everybody was like, well, where are the girls?
Yeah.
Like, hello, we have, what about Blaque? What about 702? What about Allure? What about Total? So I do know that some promoters were trying to make that happen before everything shut down. And we were definitely a part of the conversation. So hopefully, once we can do it, we will do it. We would love to. Shamari and I are really good friends with Mila from
Uh-huh.
702. And we've always talked about doing some stuff with them. And we would love it. So absolutely.
So yeah, that's definitely gonna. I could just see that. I can't wait for that. But
Mm-hmm.
you all have shot so many amazing music videos, and I loved it because they were futuristic. They were, like you said, ahead of their time. For 808, Bring It All to Me, I Do, um, and you had also dope videos as well with As If and I'm Good. And what was one of your favorite to shoot? Just like you had a good time.
I feel like my favorite video was I Do.
I do. Okay.
I Do, first of all, it was the most expensive. It cost $1 million. Back then,
And the budgets
it
were
cost so
good.
much money to shoot videos. Money was good back then. Money was
Yes.
good. It cost $1 million for that video. And but it took like 3 or 4 days to shoot. We had so many dancers. So it was a whole process. Like we had a week of dancers trying to find them and then getting that choreo together with them and then hair and makeup. And then the sets were so big. Billy Woodruff did that video and the sets were huge. And we had
Yeah.
the actual cameras from the movie, the first Matrix movie. Those
Oh,
are the cameras
dang.
that shot our video. So when everybody's like in the air frozen and all
Uh-huh.
of that kind of, those were the cameras from the movie The Matrix. So we were the first
That's
ones to ever
crazy.
have those. Oh my God, it was just so big. And then of course we had Lisa in the video. She's on the song. It was great. It was awesome.
That's so awesome to know because I never knew that. Yeah, those
Yeah.
those videos were ahead. Like, were you ever? Because back in that time, your label kind of had they told you your image. Where today it's you kind of mold yourself. Were you ever nervous of certain things that you had to dress or were you ever nervous at one point? Because I know like you kind of have to work with what you're given and you make the best out of it.
Right. Well, the beauty about Blaque and our first experience coming into the industry, we had Left Eye
Mm-hmm.
on our team. So, I mean, she was our everything. She was
Yeah.
our sister, she was our friend, but she was also our business partner. So she, being who she was, having the respect that she had, people would listen to her.
Yeah.
When Left Eye started speaking, people are listening. So we were able to have so much freedom and so much creative control because of that. Because we would, if we didn't like something or, if the label wanted us to do something that we were uncomfortable with, we had Lisa to go in and fight for us.
That's
So we were
dope.
blessed in that way. Yeah, we were blessed to have her on our side, and she held our hand every step of the way. She never left our side. She made sure that we were comfortable with everything, that we were good, and we were so lucky because really Tommy Mottola, who was the head of Sony Music at the time,
Mm-hmm.
he signed us directly. He loved who we were, so he kind of gave us the freedom.
The free
Of
range.
course, the
Yeah.
songs were kind of guided. They put us
Mm-hmm.
with track masters to kind of create the sound and all of that. But as far as our image and things we wanted to do and say, they kind of gave that to us. So we were lucky in that way.
Yeah, that's awesome because at that time I felt like everyone was kind of, that's when the big budgets were behind you and you're kind of just told, but that's awesome to know. Yes, you got the freedom to do what you wanted to do. And like you said, if not, Lisa fought for
Yeah.
you all. But, to wrap up, I don't want to take all your time. But, today it's such a different world with music and becoming a star. Have you ever thought, I know Shamari has done it. have you ever thought about doing reality TV? Like, were you like, have you had any offers that you were like, thinking about it, the check's right, but I just don't know if I want to be exposed like that because, you know, the producers, it's the editing, it's so crazy between Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives and all the different shows.
Yeah, I have had some offers that I have politely declined. But I'm not saying no
Yeah.
to reality TV. I want it to be the right fit for me. So yeah.
Okay. That's dope to know. Yeah, and you know, to wrap up, what would you say the future holds for you individually and then as a group in 5 years, would you say what you want?
Me individually, I definitely see myself becoming a mommy.
Ma-
I want to join the mommy clan with my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that chapter of my life, but also, of course, just creating other brands and entities for myself. Like, of course, we're working on Be Well Fit, so we're going to do apparel for that. So we'll have some cool workout gear. I'm looking to start a cosmetic line, so that would include nail polish. I'm obsessed with nail polish right now. Lip gloss, lashes, things like that. I am writing 2 scripts right now, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to be on that end of the spectrum, which is new for me. I've never written a movie or television series ever in my life, but I have gotten some great feedback from both of them. So I am really excited about that. So you guys stay tuned for that. And with Blaque, I just feel like more music, more TV, more film. Definitely you will see us over the next 5 years. We're not planning on stopping, more touring, you know, all of it. So stay tuned.
That's all. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But no, I forgot one last thing I want to ask you. How does it feel with your little sister getting in the industry and touring? And, you know, how was it to know she wanted to do music? How was it for you?
Oh my goodness. I am in love with Cody Shane. He's crazy. Not only because that's my baby. Oh my gosh. She's one of my, I have like so many sisters. She's one of like my 7 sisters I think I have. I got so many sisters. It's crazy. But Cody is, she's amazing. She's amazingly talented. She's so her. She's, you know, at 21, she knows who she is and she's growing and she's such a beautiful person inside and out, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so in love with who she is. I love it. I'm so thankful for her. Just and I love to watch her grow into this amazing artist and person, because she really is a great human. Like, she really is. Like, her person is so good, and that's what we all hope for, you know. So she's incredible. The music is insane. I just heard her new stuff. Like, so y'all stay tuned for that. Like, it's about to be crazy. She's been working her butt off since this quarantine. So it's going to be lit, super lit for her new music. I'm super excited. Actually, I am hosting a podcast called The Throwback Zone that is actually airing tonight. And she is our first guest, which is crazy. So you guys look out for that as well. And yeah, that's it.
No, Brandy, I want to thank you so much. Like, it's been an honor to interview you because I always wanted to interview Blaque. I was like, on my bucket list. Like, it's always people I want to interview. But, you know, I want to thank you so much. I can't wait to what the future holds and come out to see a show with you all. And, you know, stay healthy, stay safe, because I know Atlanta. How is Atlanta right now?
It's crazy. I mean, you know, it's pretty much opening back up, but everybody's slow to do anything. So, I mean, we're just, you know, we're not quick to go and do anything. We want to stay safe. Of course, our health and our family's health is our priorities right now. So, yeah, we're taking it one step at a time.
Yeah, it's the same way in Chicago. It's like everything's opening up Friday, but I'm be in the house. I'm good. Give me another couple more months to get it, you know, the numbers down. Then I could talk about going out. But no, Brandon, I want to thank you so much. You know, like I said, stay safe. I can't wait for the future music and all your future endeavors. And thanks again. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Enjoy your rest of your quarantine. Don't look at it as a negative. Look at it
Exactly.
as something peaceful and get into whatever you thought that you wanted to do. This is the time to do it. So
Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise. It really is.
absolutely. Take the
Hmm.
blessing for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Brandy. I appreciate you.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Bye.